right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Mind Your Biz. I will be on camera in just a moment. Do be sure that you are sharing the link. Sharing is caring. Click all the buttons because we need all the support we can get. We are in the middle of strange market conditions, so being discoverable on YouTube is everything. Thank you in advance for sharing this link while we are live, clicking the thumbs up, and making a comment. Your engagement and you are the reason that I make this media. So be active. Much appreciated. On today's lineup, we're going to be talking about all kinds of articles, Ethereum potentially forking into the future, the billions of dollars that have been spent minting NFTs, and so much more. Be sure that you share the link. Be sure that you click the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Don't be a lurker. Be a contributor. And welcome back to the channel. My name is Seth. You're watching Mind Your Biz, and in this episode of the live show, we're going to be talking about all kinds of articles. But before we talk about the number of billions of dollars of minting fees that have gone into NFTs, not just the value of the NFTs themselves, before we talk about potential Ethereum forks, before we talk about news coming out of Robinhood, before we talk about any other interesting tidbits such as celebrity endorsements like Matt Damon and others, we need to talk about the Fear and Greed Index. Why? Because we pretty much live and die by market sentiment in crypto. So without further ado, here it is. The Fear and Greed Index, current score of 31. We're up quite a bit from last week's score of fear and last month's score of extreme fear. I mean, we had double-digit scores before, in the almost single-digit scores before. So about 11, almost as low as, single digits, 9 score of lower score, meaning much more fear. What's going on, right? That's the big question. What's going on with markets that things would be looking this way? Well, I like to look back at the history, right? There's a 1-month chart. Looks like we've been kind of in this range for a while, and I'm of the opinion, not financial advice, but I'm of the opinion that this is usually a counter indicator when people are fearful. I like to make a plan, not be greedy per se, but make a plan for what I'm going to do as the market returns back into profitability. And I like to dollar cost average. I like to acquire cheap crypto. Who doesn't like cheap crypto? Well, I'll tell you who doesn't like cheap crypto. Most of retail. So that's why it's a counter indicator. When people are feeling fearful and selling the bottom, it's a really good time for us to potentially acquire more Bitcoin, more crypto. Apologies in advance if you're catching this ad. I'm going to be rolling ads because YouTube is telling me that I should. But before I move any further, I got to tell you that my personal take on markets and reading, even just the Fear and Greed Index, is not meant to be any kind of legal, financial, business, investing, self-defense, child raising, or food preparation advice. You got to make your own choices, is what I'm saying. And if those choices, make you feel lethargic because you're eating, way too many peanuts, then you got to figure that out on your own. Or if you have a food allergy, you deal with the food allergy. The same is true of crypto markets, investing, trading, or even mining. You have to make your own decisions. You're a grown person, right? I was going to say boy or girl, but even that's under contention now. I mean, you got to make up your own mind. You got to make up your own choices, right? So just saying. The Goblin Dude said, oh man, just watch the ads before the stream. My apologies. This is something that YouTube does. It's part of playing the game, and it's part of the way that we show YouTube that we're willing to use their platform as we deal with some of those ads, unless you have something built into your browser. I won't name names, but if you know, you know. Here we are back on the Fear and Greed Index, though, and we've been in this range for a while. That's why I think it's not necessarily a counter indicator, because we're slowly moving up. And looking at the Bitcoin chart, these are our patented chopsticks. We've very much broken out of the pattern that we had before. Look at that. Is this a triple top? Is it rather a head and shoulders? Not quite. That continues to move up. It's printing a newer high every time, a higher high every time that it kind of ratchets up out of that channel. So have we broken the chopsticks? I think it's safe to say we kind of have. We've kind of broken the chopsticks, so it is a little bit different. Ozzy Bogan Tech asks, do peanuts make you sleepy? I think it depends. If you have a peanut allergy, they'll make you eternally sleepy, right? As soon as that windpipe closes up, you'll get real sleepy, mate. I'm just saying. Don't mess with those peanuts if you got an allergy. Not the right choice. Again, not advice. You do you. If you really want to, go ahead. Get as sleepy as you want on peanuts if you have allergies. I'm not your dad. I'm not your uncle. You know what, though? Every time I say a thing like that, it does kind of bring me back to center, and I do realize I do want what's best for you, but I don't always know what's best for you. Not always. Kind of like your uncle, right? Yeah. Just saying. You have to make your own choices at a certain point. Anyway, proof of live stream. We got Sean C. of New World Crypto in the chat. Appreciate your support, brother. Appreciate you so much. For anybody who is not subscribed, do go subscribe. I believe I also see the Goblin Dude, Vincent Gallo, and MC, Greg Moravec, Chaz S, and others. Who do we have here? D60X as well. Thanks for your comments, guys, as we go. Ozzy Bogentech also. I mean, I'm just saying, man. You asked. I had to tell you. Peanuts do make you sleepy, especially if you're allergic. So we got that out of the way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing the link. I see a bunch of people rolling in now, and I appreciate you for being here. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Do I have to say that? Kinda. It's part of the game. But these are our chopsticks, guys. And we're seeing a pattern now of moving up. Could we readjust them to show this trend here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 tops. And I'm not going to pretend to know that there's some kind of a special formation here. Do I see a cup and handle somewhere in there? There could be. But as you know, I don't offer technical analysis on this channel. The chopsticks have been primarily a fundamental analysis and a sentiment tool that we've used to try to figure out whether or not Bitcoin will generally trend down or generally trend up. Hasn't been something where I've been saying, you know what, I'm going to set these levels, and if it doesn't find support here, it's a race down to this level or that level, or if we do find support here, it's going to bounce up to the other level. Not really what I do on Mind Your Biz, but I do appreciate you taking a look at the chopsticks, and then, of course, making up your own mind. Use the tools and indicators that you feel are best, but I still do believe we're going to see lower lows. If there is a bit of a market reversal now, I really don't think we're going to see a new high here, bouncing off of these support lines there of almost 17K. But it's up to you. I mean, rather, you decide what indicators are best for your goals. Because in this chop, there have been people making money up, down, left, right. Plenty of people who are actually making money. I see the poor investor in the chat. Definitely appreciate seeing the poor investor in the chat. And I've got to give a huge shout out to a former sponsor of the channel. This episode, I'm going to need to hit that sponsored button down in the description, and then also write it into our description of this video that I do have a channel sponsor for this live stream. And I'm so excited that I have a sponsor for this live stream. I'm going to pull their info up in just a little while and show you just once again. ecoway. ecoway is and I'm so glad that the poor investor showed up, because I was pretty close to forgetting that I needed to talk about them in this live stream. How could I do that? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't forget. ecoway.org. You may have seen my video on ecoway.org. Let me pull up their page so you can see all about ecoway.org. But ecoway.org is Chia mining at scale, and they're offering simultaneous payouts of all of the forks of Chia across up to 40 forks, and they're releasing a mobile wallet that will allow you to show all of those forks of Chia, all of those wallet forks of Chia, so they can do those payouts. Now, is it tokenized mining? Yes. Is it cloud mining? Well, that's what we used to call cloud mining. It's moved towards a tokenized model at this point. Are they doxed? Yes, the team is doxed. Are they based in a territory that is friendly to crypto? Yes, they're based in Dubai. That's where the corporation is formed. So they're actually conducting operations. Is the team vetted? Yeah, they've got a couple of team members who have gone through, you could call it kind of an accelerator program, but they've kind of gone through the network of some of the other Poland-based projects that I'm a big fan of. So I think this team probably does have what it takes to be able to deliver. Is this an endorsement on my part? Nope, not per se. I do want you to go pay attention to what they're doing. I want you to take a closer look, and you can do that by going to ecoway.org, following their links. Check out all their socials, right? You can, over here to the side, they've got a YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. Everything that you need, including bitcointalk.org. Not enough people actually do that when they should. You can go do your due diligence to make sure that you understand about this team, right? This is an extremely important thing for you to do. Don't just take any talking head on YouTube's word for it that you should check out a team. Do your own due diligence. So appreciate them sponsoring today's episode, ecoway.org. And you can also see, of course, the full review right here on mindyour.biz, right here on the Mind Your Biz channel. Appreciate that. All right, guys, back to the chopsticks. Let's take a look. Chopsticks. Did you help us snap up what we needed to here, or are we eating ramen chopsticks? Tell us. You're gonna have to pretend like I'm rolling them out like a D20 or something onto the table. It's really just a D8, I guess, right? Because you got just 2 chopsticks. But the point is, I don't know if we're going to see a reversal here. I just have a strong gut feeling that we're going to eventually see that lower low almost all the way down to the bottom of this range, somewhere between 12 to 14K. I think this is just more evidence of the weird manipulation that we've been seeing over this entire market. We keep on seeing that support and resistance drop into areas that we didn't expect. Michael Saylor stepping down is certainly going to have an effect on Bitcoin's price. All of the other news cycle is going to have an effect on Bitcoin's price because we are emotionally driven participants of a retail-oriented market. Is that all that sound really nerdy? No, it's not too nerdy, right? It makes sense. It does track, right? Crypto is very much emotionally driven. It's just that simple. That's why, people buy the top and sell the bottom. But I think that we're seeing manipulation also from larger institutions, and they're trying to out-trade us with their arbitrage bots and with their smart contracts, right? Flash bots are a crazy force to contend with. Same with the automated trading bots on exchanges. We've never had so much opposition as retail participants in crypto as we do today, right now in 2022. So yeah, appreciate that. WV Willis says, lol at rolling out like a D20, D8. Yep, appreciate that. Somebody gets it. All right, guys. That's our Bitcoin chart. Do I feel the need to place these chopsticks anywhere else? I probably should soon, but I haven't identified the basic pattern that I want to draw with them. I don't think it's going to be productive for me to put these right here. So the Goblin Dude says, I rolled for you, Mind Your Biz. I got a nat 1, lol. Oof, wrecked. But thanks for rolling anyway. Appreciate that. All right. Looking into DeFi Llama, we got the all chains overview here. Looks like what? Optimism just kind of fell right there. Of course, it's Ethereum, all day Ethereum. Who's dominating DeFi? Still Ethereum. Who will dominate DeFi tomorrow? Probably Ethereum. I think it's a safe bet, right? If we're being honest with ourselves, that Ethereum pretty much rules DeFi. Everything else is along for the ride, even still right now in 2022. Ethereum, when we account for all the staking, the pool, the borrows, the double counting, it grows in its market dominance all the way up to 65%. It's pretty awesome. So, yeah. Sean C is saying, I'm horrible at TA. That's why I DCA. When I day trade, I use the old hit or miss chart pattern. Yeah, no, I'm with you there. DCA makes so much more sense for most of us. So here we are with Ethereum showing 65% market dominance. It definitely had that pop upward after the Luna crash. And it's maintaining quite a bit of dominance even now after recovering again from a leg down, right? A leg down. BSC, of course, is in that number 2 spot. Tron actually doing quite well. Avalanche, Solana, Polygon, Kronos, etc. all doing really well. EVM chains only. What do we got here? Ethereum then takes a lot more of the cake at 75%. And the top 5 include Kronos and Polygon. Avalanche still doing quite well. Unfortunately, what this shows us is just the TVL. That's where you've heard from me for months that it's not quite enough, right? DeFi Llama can show us market dominance based on total value locked, but that doesn't tell the full story. And in my opinion, one key metric that's extremely important is to look at partnerships and protocols. And right here, when we sort for partnerships and protocols, the top 3 are Ethereum, BSC, then Polygon. Even Phantom surges ahead of Avalanche when we sort in that way. Now, Avalanche, of course, has extremely strong fundamentals, has extremely strong partnerships, not just protocol support. So it is, I don't know if this is the perfect representation of how the current race between EVM chains is being run. I think that Avalanche has totally earned its place, and I think that the TVL is good evidence of Avalanche doing really well there. Now, recent bridge hacks have made things a lot more difficult for projects like Avalanche. We're not going to talk about that bridge hack today. We will do a separate article on that, or probably do a separate TikTok on that, and then cross-load it here to YouTube soon. But the point is that Avalanche has done quite well. Notwithstanding some of the hacks, it's done quite well. So not too shocked for that. Guys, I'm going to apologize in advance if you're watching. I'm probably going to have a couple of ads run in the middle of the show. So bear with me. This is something that YouTube is asking me to do. So if those pop in intermittently, well, who am I to say no to YouTube? Clearly, I can't do it. So gotta do it. The YouTube monster says, right? Just says, like, handle it. It's either that or blood sacrifice, right? Deal with the devil, something. So I'd rather just run a couple ads, just a lot easier. I fear less for my immortal soul when I just run an ad, right? Just easier than having to fully sell my soul. But moving back into the overview, guys, we've got the cost to mine one full Bitcoin over on the Brains calculator. Popped us all the way up to the same range as we would see in a S19J Pro. Bring it all the way up to 3,500 watts just so we can account for inefficiency. And we've got the cost of production all the way down to under $9,000. It's not bad. You could break even on 13-cent power, which is awesome for us. And at 8-cent power, you'd be mining one full Bitcoin at a little over $14,000. And I think that... oh, did that ad get past Brave Browser, guys? That's what I see Ozzy Bogan Tech saying. Oof, wrecked. My apologies. I guess this is something that that YouTube has done in order to improve their outcomes, improve their visibility of their ad partners. And you know what? I play on their platform, so I am going to play by their rules, guys. It's been a long time. I've tried some other platforms, and I've adjusted for the adoption levels of platforms like BitTube, like DTube, like DLive, like Theta, like all of them. And I am discovering that in order to have the best discoverability and the best reach, YouTube really is an important platform for me to be on. We'll see. I'm going to give it the college try. I want to work on YouTube. I want to continue to do what I've been doing, and I appreciate your involvement, guys. Seriously, being able to have these conversations on YouTube over the past several years, it has literally changed my life. And I've heard some people say that, I've helped out in their life too, but I just, it's not like fake humility for me to just say, like, you guys you've changed my life. You made it possible for me to do something that I loved. And that was not possible in this way before. So thank you. I really do make this media for you. Please do let me know what kind of media is best for you. I want to continue to turn this channel into something that is the best for you. So thank you. All right, guys. Oh, disclaimer, that was not financial advice. Yes, I love your face, but it's not financial advice. Anyway, jeez, slip of the finger. Dang. But we have the cost to mine one full Bitcoin at $14,000, a little over $14,000. This is a good place to be in. So 8-cent power gets you there, makes it really simple for you to be able to keep your cost basis for acquiring Bitcoin, I think, below the level that it's going to potentially bottom out at. I think we are only looking at about 14K, somewhere between 14 and maybe 12K. I think anybody who's prognosticating a $10,000 Bitcoin, they have set a target that the whales now know lives in retail's head. I know this is going to sound weird, kind of meta, but that's the reality of emotion-driven markets, right? There is some game theory. It's a bit like poker, right? The moment that everybody at a poker table believes that things are going to go a certain way, they immediately go another way, don't they? Right? The moment that somebody believes that things are going to go, or enough people believe that things are going to go a certain way, they have to change, right? Because that is how the game is played and won, right? The game is won by manipulating other people's emotions and through deception. Right? And the same is true largely of these markets. Most of what props up our price action or price support is people's perception. And it's true of a lot of other markets as well. But in crypto in particular, and Bitcoin in particular, a lot more of it is game theory than anything else. So just need to be respectful of that. And yeah, let it do what it does. All right, guys, over on whattomine.com, let's take a quick look at our current profitability on GPUs. Going to put back in 14-cent power, see roughly what our costs are, what our profitability is. And it's about the same as it's been for months now, guys. We're going on kind of a stalemate. That RTX 3090 Ti is only bringing in just under $2 a day. Buying new GPUs based on this would be craziness, in my opinion, especially with the accelerated timetable that the ETH core developers are talking about bringing in the Beacon Chain merge. While we're on the topic, you tell me, what do you think of the Beacon Chain merge? Do you think it's going to matter? Do you think it's going to harm the overall GPU mining ecosystem? Shout out to the team. Good grief. I'm drawing blank, guys. Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm actually kind of tired. A little bit underslept. I was in Los Angeles for the NFT Expoverse and ran into a group there. You can see the tag over on Twitter. Ran into a group there that are Ravencoin NFT aficionados. It finally happened. I finally ran into people who were like, you know what? We love NFTs and we love Ravencoin. We really like Ravencoin for NFTs because of the decentralization. Now, does Ravencoin have the ERC20 standard? No, which is not for NFTs, but the ERC721 standard? Also no. Does it have the ERC1155 standard thanks to Engine? No, they don't. But they do have decentralization going for them, and so there are some very rabid fans. I ran into a couple. They tagged me on a post on Twitter, and they tagged Tron Black. So shout out to Tron Black for keeping it real there, right? Decentralization definitely does matter when it comes to security, in my opinion. Some of the other tokenomic considerations, like decentralization, we can talk about decentralization sometimes a little bit too dogmatically, I think, where decentralization in certain ways makes a lot of sense, but decentralization in other ways doesn't make perfect sense, actually. So if you have a content platform and you need to do content curation, no, you don't want full decentralization, because then you get something like 4chan that acts crazy because it only attracts a certain type of person. Game theory is more important than full decentralization. You have to know who you're attracting. You have to know whether or not you can keep things in a kind of operating the way that you would prefer that they operate. So there is a balance there as well. But I digress. The point is, even with Ravencoin coming up, you'd be crazy to buy GPUs like this just to mine Ravencoin while Ethereum is moving away from proof of work. Let's see how bad the damage is at the bottom of the list. It looks like most cards are breaking even right now. It's the older Radeon R9 380s that are not breaking even, but even the 4 gig Polaris cards are earning something on Ethereum Classic and on Raven. So we might see the oldest generation of cards that are currently in production just turn towards Ravencoin and then possibly towards Flux as well. BitTube not holding on very well. Ycash not doing very well either by way of price, overall market cap. There's just not enough going on in any of these other coins for that to be sustainable. Raven might have enough daily volume that it actually matters. And we'll take a look at that in our portfolios in just a minute. Going to take a look at your comments as well and get caught up here. Andrea Thickpen is in the chat saying a rep from Hut 8 said that today for mining 4K seems to be a level of support. I agree. I agree. And I think that from a macro perspective, not TA, but from a macro and a fundamental perspective, 14K is a phenomenal level of support for the entire market. We might see it dip below that amount or that level for a time, but I don't think it'll be a long-term dip for Bitcoin, that it's a long-term support level below 14K. Maybe that's too optimistic on my part. Maybe I'm way off, because there also needs to be a full correction and bleed out of the markets in order to, I won't say honor the previous cycles, because you don't have to honor the previous market cycles, but in order for the retracement levels, right, or in order for the money to be let out the way it needs to. I mean, we're in the middle of a recession. They finally said it out loud, right? Which means we're probably actually in the middle of the start of a depression. But as we see capital outflows from these markets, specifically the investment, I think we're going to have to see Bitcoin really deflate a lot. I think it just has to happen. The money has to go somewhere, even though especially because we're seeing inflation The money has to go somewhere, but maybe this like new low is being priced in, where you have some people saying like it's got to be 10K, it's got to be like me saying it's got to be 12 to 14K. Maybe those new lows are being priced in because of the CPI and the inflation going into the current North American markets. Maybe we're going to see that lowest level for Bitcoin's support. Maybe it isn't 10K or 12 or 14K. Maybe it's at the top of that range, 14K, and that's kind of been my contention. Like what I'm saying is that perhaps it's a little bit priced in because of inflation. So we'll see. But I don't believe that the current prices reflect the support level. I just don't believe that we've gotten there yet, or that we're on the road to recovery for Bitcoin's price. You tell me in the chat what you think. All right. But for GPUs, it's looking kind of dangerous out there, gotta say. But let's jump into the news cycle. Currently, Cointelegraph has an article about how crypto users spent in the year of 2022 $2.7 billion with a B dollars. Yes, got Wesley P in the chat. Thanks for being here. But over 1 million unique wallet addresses were involved in minting over $2.7 billion worth of tokens, worth of NFTs. So it says that the non-fungible token market activity remained strong. Yes, indeed. Token minting fees strong like the bull. It's crazy, man. So much money being spent just on minting alone, not even on the value of the NFTs themselves. $2.7 billion, with most of that probably going to which chain? Ethereum, right? So we can talk about all the other chains all we want, but more money was blown on minting fees on Ethereum than even exists as total value locked on most other chains. Sobering thought. Take a look at that one more time. A report by Nansen said that market participants spent $2.7 billion. It's funny that they spun it into an entire article, but it is, and of course it is Nansen, right? Would have to be Nansen saying it. Minting NFTs in the first half of 2022. Good grief. It's a little tongue-tied. The year's not even over yet. $2.7 billion spent on minting NFTs only in the first half of 2022. What's it going to look like at the end of the year? Will it go to the full $5 billion? Do you think it will ramp up? Do you think there will be more people trying to preserve their net worth by getting into NFT projects and fine art and other kinds of digital assets? What do you think? You know what else? I believe we're also on Twitch right now. Let me double check to see what our multicast looks like, just so that I'm not flying blind here, because I know that we are broadcasting to both channels. Take a look over on Twitch for some of our comments. Is this an endorsement on my part? Nope, not per se. I do want you to go. Wow. Okay, I got some feedback there. Got some feedback over there by trying to check out both channels. Okay, we're confirmed. We're streaming on Twitch as well. I don't know if we should be multi-streaming, multicasting over to Twitch. Just an interesting thing to do. I am considering moving entirely over to my secondary channel. I've said it a couple of times, but I really want to get your feedback on it. Would you be willing to join me on my secondary channel? Because I'm considering doing that and then using this channel for tutorials only. Tutorials and reviews, other stuff as well. So that was crazy. All right. So would love to get your feedback on that, guys. Would love to know what you think, because, I mean, real talk, Mind Your Biz is ready to join the major leagues. That is something that is interesting to me. And yeah, I think I might do that by just stepping into a secondary channel. I got some pushback from some people who I think were trying to just shake me out of the scene, but I don't think that's the right choice for me. I think that I need to just step up my game. I need to be publishing more frequently, and I need to publish on a larger outlet, but only with your permission, guys. You're the reason I'm here. You really are the reason I make this media. So I need to know that it's okay with you and that you would be willing to do that, take that step with me. But I'm really serious episodes lately. Let me jump out of the way and take a look at this article again. So they've got full research on it. Of course, it's Nansen that talked about it. But billions of dollars. Do you think by the end of the year it's going to be over $5 billion, over $6 billion? What's your number? What do you think is going to be spent on minting by the end of the year? I think it's going to be crazy. Sean Newer Crypto says, Mind Your Business is already major leagues. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Sometimes it does feel like a long, an arduous path by way of doing the content. Certainly when I was back working for Microsoft, right? So Anything for Click says Sailor stepping down, 14K Bitcoin incoming. We'll see. I don't know if Sailor stepping down will be enough. 14K Bitcoin, I would love to see. I've been calling for it for some time. The chopsticks don't seem to indicate we're going to get there yet, but I'm not moving them because I think that's the general trend. But I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you saying that. Anyway, guys, don't want to complain about it, but just to say, like, after being a senior national trainer at Microsoft, after working at Google, after doing national trainer work for Samsung Telecom USA, after working for AT&T and Dell at the national and regional level in the United States, moving into this space, and with your help, getting to this point where I can do this sort of like KOL work, right? Or be a person who is full-time in crypto, which I've been for a while. It's been a dream come true, right? It's kept me from having a corporate job. It's been difficult sometimes. I've done gig work, right? I've had to work doing dirty jobs. I've had to work doing odd jobs. I've had to do all kinds of other stuff because when you got kids, this is what you do. You do it without complaint. But being able to do this stuff and actually earn some money within crypto, like, thank you. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. So anyway, with your permission, I would love to step that up just a little bit, but let me know. Let me know if you think that's a good idea, bad idea. But it's what I'm leaning towards. All right, jumping out of the way. That's our first article. Ethereum proof of work fork is coming soon, says a Chinese miner. Here's kind of the overview. This comes from BN Crypto. A Chinese Bitcoin and Ethereum miner intends to fork Ethereum and preserve the new network as proof of work. The plan comes as a reaction to Ethereum's plans to become proof of stake. Critics have pointed out that an option for proof of work Ethereum already exists. All right, let's dive in deeper. Good hard look. Wu blockchain summed up on July 29th. There are nearly $5 billion of graphics cards, mining machines, GPU mining machines, and ASIC Ethereum mining machines, A11s and E9s, that need to find a way to continue mining after Ethereum turns to proof of stake in September. Most belong to Chinese miners. Is that good? Is that bad? Is that indifferent? I don't know. But those are just the facts. Those are the numbers. Chandler Guo is among those considering their future. Last week, the well-known miner stated that ETH proof of work would be coming soon, but his assertion instantly ran into a wall of skepticism and criticism. So, yeah. Part of the reason for the pushback is that Ethereum already has a legacy blockchain in the form of Ethereum Classic. And yeah, Ethereum Classic has been operating since 2015 and has no plans to switch to proof of stake. We got comments coming in, and y'all got jokes. Vincent Gallo says, yeah, it's called ETC. Ozzy Bogentech says, more than one option for Ethereum proof of work forks. There really is. There are so many different ways to do this, right? So many ways. There could be a reserve, a proof of work reserve, so many others. And Goblin Dude says, Gareth Soloway is also seeing somewhere in the 14 to 12K range. Hey, I love to hear that because I respect the heck out of Gareth Soloway, and I haven't watched any of his stuff lately, but I respect the heck out of Gareth Soloway. And if that's what he's saying, helps reinforce my worldview quite a bit. You know, I've been saying 12 to 14K for weeks, months now. So yeah, it's very validating to hear such an intelligent and such a with it guy like Gareth to say the same thing. Love hearing that. All right, Antpool and Bitmain. Leon LV, the CEO of the world's largest Bitcoin mining pool, Antpool, has other ideas on how to best approach Ethereum's upcoming merge. He explained that the company, which is closely tied to hardware giant Bitmain, would be investing $10 million to build the prosperity of ETH Classic. And it looks like Antpool and Bitmain are backing plans to switch to Ethereum Classic, so momentum may be with them. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if that's going to matter. I think Ethereum Classic does not have enough developer support, and I think miner support will be too little too late. We need to see people building on ETH Classic. We need to see tokens, ERC20s, 721s, 1155s, and others ported back over to ETH Classic. We can't just see miners saying, look, we want to be paid to mine, so we're going to go over here. That's not enough. And just really, the status quo has shifted so much. This is very tone deaf for them to presume that that's going to be the way that it works. I say there are plenty of blockchains. I'm sorry. Vitalik himself says there are plenty of blockchains, like there is Ethereum Classic, which is the original Ethereum. It's a very welcoming community, and they'll definitely welcome proof of work fans. And you know what? Here's the thing. He's right. They definitely will welcome proof of work fans, especially with the old Ethereum mining ASICs. Those can definitely go to Ethereum Classic. They definitely can't do Ravencoin, not very efficiently. They definitely can't mine Flux, at least not very efficiently. So if people want to go mine Ethereum Classic, have at it. Knock yourself out. But I don't think that the developer community is going to change its mind and then suddenly move over to Ethereum Classic because those miners decide that they want to be on Ethereum Classic. It just doesn't work that way. It hasn't worked that way for a couple of years now. Other options. They say the choice between Ethereum Classic and some proposed new fork of Ethereum Proof of Work should make for an interesting battle. Miners have further options available to them. Yep. Like we've been saying on this channel for a while. That's a cool photo right there. We'll stick with that. So I think that we've got other options. Everybody who is a fan of Ravencoin wants it to be Ravencoin. Everybody who's a fan of Flux wants it to be Flux. Everybody who's a fan of other GPU Proof of Work coins, they want their coin to be chosen by the broader proof of work community. But what do you think, Mind Your Biz community? Where do you think all the hash rate's going to go? I've been saying for a while, I feel like it's too early to make a guess. And I think I'd be doing you a disservice by talking about how, like, it's definitely going to be Ethereum Classic, they're going to win, or it's definitely going to be Ravencoin, they're going to win. The smart contract programming language Solidity makes Ethereum Classic a pretty obvious choice for a lot of people because it's so flexible. Right? We've got zero knowledge proofs, which makes Ethereum and Ethereum Classic operate a bit like Zcash. We've got secure vaults, multi-sig. We've got highly intricate and multi-part smart contracts that will allow for all kinds of projects that do all kinds of things to exist, right? We've got token drops. We've got time release vaults and time release NFTs. We've got whitelists. We've got all kinds of stuff that has lived on Ethereum for years now and been proven and battle tested on Ethereum for years now that runs immediately with only an RPC change on Ethereum Classic. Ravencoin doesn't have that. Flux doesn't have that. Flux does some pretty great stuff, but it doesn't do that. Ravencoin has some pretty great stuff, but it doesn't do that. So yeah, Ethereum Classic does show a lot of promise, but the developers have to choose to go there because they think that it has a brighter future somehow. You tell me what you think. Keep those coming in. Let me know what your thoughts are by way of a proof of work change or a blockchain change. Over on Bloomberg, though, looks like they have been keeping the receipts on how bad things have been with celebrity endorsements. Let me go ahead and reload this article. I do not accept your cookies. Oh my gosh. But what I will do is block your elements. Thank you very much. Boop. Bye. Oh my gosh. What a convoluted site. GIF background. It's taking me back to MySpace days. Yep. Just dated myself. But apparently they've kept this article here. It's pretty awesome, actually. Emmanuel John Milton over on Bloomberg.com has kept the receipts on every one of these celebrity endorsements and what the outcome was. Matt Damon pumped Crypto.com. Well, he got paid to just do an ad for Crypto.com. I don't think he was trying to pump it. But apparently since that time, Bitcoin dropped 60%. It's pretty crazy. And the latest, he was featured on South Park and on the Colbert Late Show and lampooned. I mean, just getting his name dragged in the mud for doing his job. He's just an actor, guys. If somebody offers him a commercial work, he kind of has to take it because that's what actors do. So just doing his job, but, getting punched in the face, metaphorically. Tom Brady, he promoted FTX along with Gisele Bundchen. So apparently they're both going at it, going ham. And apparently Bitcoin has dropped 35% since then. Matt James talked about BlockFi. Since then, Bitcoin's price fell 30%. Mike Tyson had an NFT collection. His NFTs dropped more than 95%, finding what is probably bottom support, actually. So if you're looking at an NFT from Mike Tyson, probably a good time to pick one up, I guess. So they're probably actually trading in the more fair market value at this point. But it doesn't invalidate the fact that he promoted them and then they dropped 95%, right? So people getting wrecked trying to be like Mike. Reese Witherspoon saying crypto was here to stay. And her company, Hello Sunshine, they created the World of, or assisted and collaborated with the World of Women NFT Collective. And the World of Women NFTs have gone down the crapper to 75% as well. I've got nothing against the World of Women NFT collection or anybody involved in it, but it is kind of a bummer that after Reese Witherspoon got involved, it, went to pot. It's too bad. But it goes on and on. French Montana, Nick Carter, Paul Pierce, Mark Cuban, everybody is kind of getting capped on in this article. And, I'm kind of here for it. We need to be careful about following celebrity endorsements. We need to be careful about celebrity at all, right? Celebrity in general is a dangerous thing, but especially back in the day, the celebrity trying to sell you car insurance didn't make the car insurance any better. Celebrity trying to sell you a car didn't make the car any better, right? And now a celebrity trying to sell you crypto, not going to make the crypto any better. Confirmed, right? So Robinhood has some bad news as well, and that is that they are firing 1/4 of their employees, 23% of their employees, and they did so over a Slack message. They just told them, oh, haha, LOL emoji, you're fired. Not quite like that. That sounds really abrupt. I don't think it happened quite like that, but unfortunately, they have downsized their staff. And that means that people who've been earning passive income through their referrals, their affiliate links, through their trading on Robinhood, this may affect their ability in the future negatively. It's a sign of poor health over at Robinhood. Certainly, there have been some issues at other groups. And with Robinhood as well, I believe they already did a round of layoffs. So this is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But you tell me what you think about Robinhood laying off almost 25% of its employee base. Could it be okay? Can they be salvaged? Do you think this is the beginning of the end? Do you think we're going to see more carnage like we did from the rest of the Three Arrows Capital rehypothecation, a nuke that went off recently? Are we going to see problems over there? Alrighty, I'm seeing a little bit of an issue with my live stream bandwidth. Tell me in the chat if you see that there is enough bandwidth for you to be able to watch the video right now, and let me know if you can see this ad. They got me to do it again. But do tell me whether or not you can see the video coming through. I think I'm seeing it all right. It's a little bit choppy right there. Appreciate that. If you are on Twitch, I'm going to say goodbye to those on Twitch and cut that stream in favor of the YouTube stream. But yeah, Robinhood laying off almost 25% of their employees. Not a good look. Makes me really sad. Vincent Gallo says the real value will be in the application layer. I agree with you on new chains. Definitely will be in the application layer. But those are our news articles. Let's take a quick look at some of the other items for the day. We're going to take a look at our portfolios really soon. But first off, TxStreet will show us the current gas prices. Let's check to see. Oh, nope, not my first time around here. Thank you so much. Not the last block, not the pending transactions, median transfer fee, median contract fee, and what else we got? Median gas price. This is going to be what we do here. All right, Vincent Gallo is saying video fine, no ad. Awesome, appreciate you giving me that feedback. And let's take a look. Median contract fee is under $3. What? And let's check to see. 13 Gwei, and current price to transfer Ethereum is 45 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. The mythical low Ethereum gas price is finally here, and we got him. We got him. All right. Appreciate that. I'm so excited. I need to go and check out my portfolio, see if there's anything I need to unlock, unstake, rework, see if there's anything that needs to be transferred. It is a great day to do that on Ethereum, clearly, with gas prices being so low. I'm excited. You can't see it, but there's excitement here. Median transfer fee on Bitcoin, on the other hand, is just under 60 cents. 10 sats per VByte on the current block. Crazy to see that. I didn't think we would see Ethereum go below, the cost to send Ethereum go below the cost to send Bitcoin anytime soon. There you go, 61 cents. Going up. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Not by much, but, not for nothing. Crazy to see that. So much happening on Ethereum. Great time to mint NFTs. Great time to look for free NFT drops as well. Free minting for NFT drops, in my opinion. Not financial advice, just saying. When the prices are that low, it's worth considering. Map of Zones gives us a solid idea. Let's take a look. Map of Zones. Show us what's going on over at IBC land. Quite a bit, but mostly Osmosis, Axelar, Cosmos Hub. IBC volume is cranking on Osmosis. Every 24 hours, we're seeing about $17 million. Could it go up? Of course, but it has to go up with our participation. Awesome to see that. And then our GPU portfolio, guys, take a look at our portfolio. Let me know what you see in the markets, what you want to take a look at in our portfolio. I'm going to kind of keep it a little more tactical here, go over our portfolio in about 10 minutes or so-ish. So that we don't spend all night looking at a screen, right? Don't spend all night looking at this portfolio. Appreciate you being subscribed, though. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video while we're live. Sharing, it really helps YouTube know that this is content that people are going to want to watch. So thank you for doing that. It means a lot. It really does. Back in the CoinGecko GPU mining portfolio, looks like Flux is the best long-term hold that we've had in quite a while. Let's go ahead and create a new portfolio segment called GPU ETH replacements, and we're doing this live. Question mark. And you let me know we should put in this portfolio right now. Guys, yes, this is an interactive segment. I want you to tell me live what comes after ETH. Will it be an ETH proof of work fork? Will it be Ethereum Classic? Will it just be Ravencoin? I think it's time for us to finally take the gloves off and make our predictions now so we help each other out before we get to that point. But right now, GPU mining portfolio, we got Flux, Equilibria, Ton Token, Cortex, Ethereum, all a little bit higher than average, but only Flux is in the money. Ravencoin looking okay, doing good on the 7-day, but everything's doing okay on the 7-day. And then Ethereum Classic, others. Plenty that I don't think are going to make it. Gemlink, not the right choice. Haven, kind of suffering. Zono, Conflux, Grin, Ergo. I just don't view these as being the alternative to Ethereum. I think we have to see some characteristics that would put it in the territory of being a genuine threat to Ethereum. There's Ethereum at almost $200 billion of market cap. Here's Ethereum Classic at over $5 billion market cap. Here's everything else on this list at under $1 billion. Right? Under $1 billion. Ravencoin at almost $500 million. Flux at about $159 million. Ergo behind that. You can see it. Conflux as well. Firo, not a bad option. No smart contract language and not even close to that first $100 million, though. So I think we have some serious problems there. Vincent Gallo says, ETC, Raven, Flux, Firo, Ergo. I think that's probably a tidy list right there. I think you're right. I think we see it right there. I think there's some others that I would love to, Beam, the team at Beam, I think would love to be considered an alternative to Ethereum, but I'm just not seeing it. I don't see that being possible. So let's jump into that new side of the portfolio, GPU ETH replacements. Come on, show us what you are working with, and Ethereum Classic will be the top. Appreciate that feedback, Vincent. And yeah, Raven will be another one. Ravencoin, dropping it in. Flux, of course, doing great. Firo, well, I think we can add it. I think Ergo is the next major one. And then, yeah, Firo, because of its native privacy, also a good option. Well, that's funny. Staked Firo. But yeah, these 5, I think, are our best bets for right now. I think there are others that may come. None that really come close, unless there's a proof of work change or a security change on a different chain that's out there. If Dogecoin did a proof of work change and made it possible to mine with GPUs, they could capture a lot of the market. We wouldn't like it, but we would have to be resolved to it. We'd have to be resigned to that fact that Dogecoin has much higher memeability and is just not better, but just better marketed. With that multi-billion-dollar market cap, it would be hard to argue against Dogecoin if it had a proof of work change. So something to consider. It's crazy, but that would be the reality. So let's leave that right there. Moving out of GPU mining portfolios, take a look at hard drive mining portfolio. Again, mentioned that the sponsor of today's episode is ecoway. They are mining Chia and many of its forks. Chia is down. It's not down as bad as the poor investor suggested it could be at $15. I think we're still going to see that $15 day for Chia, but that's why I'm actually excited about potentially being able to mine Chia now. Gallo Salome says, hasn't Firo reduced miner revenue considerably? I think they have, actually. But it is still GPU mineable, so it's something to consider, right? Ravencoin as well, for the same reasons, having that proof of work change over to something along the lines of Prog POW, right? programmatic proof of work is helpful as far as utilizing only GPU. But Chia is it's the only one showing organic move, kind of a more organic chart. A lot of others are showing a little bit of potential manipulation. It's the only one that has hundreds of millions of dollars in. Well, it's not true, actually. I'm totally talking out of both sides of my face. Let's go to market cap only, guys, and count that way. Top three are Filecoin, Siacoin, and Chia in that order. And Chia, I think, stands as good a shot as any because their security model is hard drives only. Then that's also the product. Well, I think that they may potentially, I'm going to speak heresy here, they might potentially have a better shot than Siacoin in the long haul. So I'm excited to see that this may be finding bottom support finally with Chia. So it might be the right time to start mining. That's what got me excited about potentially covering ecoway and potentially utilizing them, just so that you're aware. That's why I got excited about it. CPU mining portfolio, let's get away from hard drive mining portfolio or hard drive mining in general. And we've got Epicash still in the money, Raptorium still in the money. Wow, Narrow down in the dumps, 5.5 cents. It's a bummer. I hate seeing that. Veriscoin, thank you again to Nicholas over at Veriscoin for having me out to their team meetup in Austin, Texas at Consensus. It was a great time. In fact, I've still got some of the Veriscoin swag right here. It's kind of cool stuff. Check it out. Got a little enamel coin, got a little enamel button from Veriscoin, and also, you guys are going to appreciate this, I have a custom, I think, laser cut Veris private invitation to a private dinner, right? It's actually an invitation cut from metal. Very, very fancy stuff. I mean, who knew? They really wanted to impress their guests. I saw a couple people there who, good friends. I'm not going to name names because it wasn't their privacy, but some people who you've probably heard of. It was a really fun event. Tom Crypto asks, do you think most miners will go to Ethereum Classic? I think it's entirely possible, and we've been talking about that on today's episode. So thanks, guys. Hit that thumbs up if you want to hear me give the answer to that question. In the meantime, run another ad because that's what YouTube wants. Have to feed the ad, blood gods. All right, so Veriscoin not doing as well as it could. Wow, Narrow, also sad to see that it's down in the dumps, but they still do have operating capital to be able to continue developing if they need to, so it's good to see that. Epicash, 12 million bucks. Raptorium, 5. Monero, the only one here in the multi-billion-dollar market cap, but Veriscoin stands as good a chance as of any of these in having long-term development because of that market cap. It does matter, guys. Wait, my mic cut out. Did my mic cut out? Totally cut out? Hold on, let me listen to this. But Veriscoin stands as good a chance as of any of these in... You know what I realized? Yeah, my mic did just cut out. Good grief. Oh my gosh. And it got rerouted to something else entirely. My mic totally cut out. You are right. You're listening to my laptop mic right now. What gives? Mike? What gives, microphone? What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Okay, well... Oh, yeah, guys, that is because this mic just swapped over to that mic. I don't know why. Let me double check to see what's happening there. It looks like. I'm going to try one little thing. Let's try that one out right there. Okay, let me listen to that real fast. See if that's really any better or any worse. Okay, I'm going to try. Okay. Let me try one. Let's listen to that. One little thing. Yeah, it's not a whole lot better. That's not a whole lot better, guys. I am so sorry. I apologize for the poor mic input. I've had some difficulties coming back to my office and having things kind of fall apart. I'm not totally sure why. So thank you for your patience with me. I'm going to try to fix this before our next live stream. Very strange indeed that this is the way that my my audio setup decided to go. Wow. Okay. Well, let me go through our portfolio really fast, guys. Let me try to get out of the portfolio as fast as I can, and then we'll move on. Get ready so that I can come back and do some other media and not be so jank. Wow. If it ain't one thing, it's another, right? Am I right? Right. Sorry, dudes. Sorry about that. Try to fix it, though. So Yeah, the rest of the portfolio moving from CPU mining over to ASIC mining. Wow, it's the usual suspects, guys. But taking a look at market cap again, let's try to see where there's the biggest strength. We got Dogecoin, like I mentioned before, almost $9 billion market cap. Litecoin at $4 billion market cap. If they chose to merge mine together on a GPU mineable algorithm, this could potentially have that come up, right? That strengthening effect that we would need. The Goblin Dude says, are you using USB or XLR connection for your microphone? I'm currently using a USB connection, and it looks like, what? It looks like it's been salvaged. It's showing connectivity again, so I'm going to try going back over to my mic here. Don't ask me what just happened. What? Okay, I see power run to it. What gives? Guys, I'm really upset. This is really bothering me a lot. I put a lot into my setup here, and I've had a couple of issues today that have really been disheartening for me, guys. Yeah, bummer. Hate seeing it. But I'm not seeing any of my other not seeing any other options to be able to fix it. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm stuck with the audio quality that I have for right now till the end of this video. So we'll come back to this at another time. We'll figure out how to troubleshoot that when I'm offline. So thanks for bearing with me, guys. I know this is a little bit disappointing to have like bad audio. It's the worst. So thanks for bearing with me. Boys, turn it down. Because I now I've got background audio with kiddos. So yeah, we'll see. Gallo says, we hear you well. Thanks so much. I'll try to, that's why I try to enunciate, guys. I try to speak clearly, right? So just in case, right? We can't let the tech be an excuse, right? We can't let it get in the way, right? But still, nicer audio is better than bad audio. Just saying. So getting out of the way, Dogecoin, I think if we had Dogecoin and Litecoin merge mined on a GPU mineable algorithm, that would be a very powerful thing. If Bitcoin Cash had a proof of work change, it would be a very powerful thing. That said, they already have ASICs designed for them, and there's already a huge mining infrastructure for them. So, yeah. Gallo Solomon says, hey, tell that inner filmmaker to hush. This is great for a stream. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. So yeah, taking a look at all the available coins that we could move to, nothing that would rival Ethereum, not even close. So not even remotely close. Is there a rival here? Looking at Dogecoin, it's currently trading at 6.7 cents. So that's one of those little canaries in the coal mine. Devault just getting slaughtered, getting wrecked. That's our ASIC mining portfolio. Let's see, FPGA mining portfolio. Cadena is doing pretty darn well. It's not quite enough to take up all of the Ethereum mining hash rate either. It'd be cool if it could be. It'd be cool if they had a mining algorithm that worked well there, but they believe that it's their current system with FPGAs is better. We'll see. Have they been able to plan for this? They might be able to grab more of that hash rate, maybe, or have there be some kind of shared merge mine proof of work between Cadena and Flux. In fact, you know what? That's not a half bad idea. Daniel Keller, if you're watching and you're thinking about potentially a merge mining solution, talk to the Cadena folks about having there be a merged mined algorithm, maybe just one of a couple different algorithms that can contribute to the proof of work security of Cadena. Maybe that's the way all this hash rate gets sopped up from Ethereum, is by having it shared across Cadena and Flux. Maybe, or merge mined between those two. Could work, in my opinion, could work. 0x Bitcoin not looking at like it's the same type of manipulation as before, and that's always sad. Proof of stake smart contracts. Nemesis is in the chat saying, yo, what's up?
Llama and Avalanche is still on one. A lot of them, most of the course, there was classic. Stay away. Stay away. I think they. Of course, there was classic. Stay away. Stay away.
All right. That's a little better. Oh my gosh. Had yet another audio cutout. I don't know what's going on. I think that now the audio filter was too aggressive based on there being a fan in the background. Guys, this is absolutely frustrating. Gonna fix it before I go live again. But what I wanted to ask you before I finish up here, and I'm just gonna finish up, guys. You know the portfolios. We'll go over them again really, really soon. I wanted to ask your permission because it matters. You are the reason to make this media. It sounds like it's just a line. It's not. You guys have been with me every step of the way. It's been a fantastic roller coaster ride over the last several years. And I want your permission. I'd like to start using my other channel, get some coin. I'd like to use it in my primary channel. Would that be weird or scammy if I just jumped over to a new channel? I mean, it is a channel I own, and I'd like to start publishing from that channel. Would that be too weird? Would you follow me over there? Because I think I'd like to do that. Anyway, let me know in the chat. I'm going to call it a day. It's been kind of rough here having mics drop out and stuff, but I really appreciate your support. I appreciate you. You are the reason I make this media. You guys know I love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz. I will come back when I can talk to you more clearly very soon. Peace. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. Remember to check out mineyour.biz, where you can sign up for Mine Your Biz Insiders, our occasional newsletter where we don't spam you, but we do send out occasional important information, including flash sales and important deals on privacy-preserving technology. This is one of the ways that we can talk to you without censorship and without the oversight of third-party media platforms. You can also check out the new Mine Your Biz phone, as well as merch or sign up to become an affiliate for anything sold directly on the mineyour.biz website. You can earn a percentage of anything that we sell. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. You're the reason I make this media. I love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz.